Hello everyone, I'm Directionally Challenged, and welcome to More Experience Required. Now, the idea behind this little segment, this little series that I want to do, is to take a skill that, like sniping in a video game, and to do everything that I can to perfect that skill. So I want to look up tips, tricks, and all sorts of things to try and find out just what it is that can help me hone and perfect these skills so that you yourselves can try them out. Now, I understand that time is the greatest, the greatest thing you can do. Practice, practice, practice. That's the best thing you can do to get better. But if I can see that some of these things are shaving that time down, then hopefully you can see it. Hopefully you can look and try these things out if you notice, like, maybe I'm just not doing it right, and you can try it out for yourself. But the idea behind this is that I want to become the best in each individual area at random things, and I want you guys to vote. Tell me what you think I should try next. Tell me what game you think has a high skill cap that you think I should try. If you want to see me perfect attack torp, or Symmetra, or, learning how to become the best sniper in a video game, whichever game, if I have it. I'm going to be pretty limited in games that I have, but I thought that it would be interesting to try and do this. First thing we're going to do is to try and become awesome at Dark Souls. So how we're going to do this, how I'm going to lay this out for you, is I'm going to record sporadically. It's not going to be consistent, but the video will all be consistent. Or I'll do 3 videos, or I'll do, 1 video a week after, showing, like, my progress through the week. And I'm going to try and record however many hours that I'm playing these games. So this is going to be a big step for me. Right now I'm just trying to do the introduction. I'm introducing the series. I'm explaining it to you guys. I'm giving you guys a little preview of what I'm doing. So I'm going to start with Dark Souls, and if you have any games that you would think that this would be cool, or you think that it would be interesting to see, let me know down below, and I'll see what I can do about that. But right now I gotta wait 12 hours so that my download's done, because I gotta reinstall Dark Souls. Yeah, so I will come back whenever I have finished downloading the game. So here are the Dark Souls rules. To keep consistency, each run will be 30 minutes, or as close as possible. Each run will use the same build, unless otherwise suggested by current tips or tricks in use, and each run will follow the same path, unless otherwise suggested by current tips or tricks in use. Progress will be determined by stats, level, souls, and furthest boss or location visited. This will allow for each run to be judged fairly, so that if I use a different build or a different path, if I manage 3 bosses on one and 2 on the other, we can see improvement. The first recording session will set up a baseline that I will try to follow for the next 6 sessions. Each session I'll be trying out tips and tricks that I find online, and at the end of each session I will edit it all together to see how much progress has been made. For the sake of transparency, I have to state that I have officially played 3 hours of Dark Souls at the time of recording this, 90 minutes of which was for the Dark Souls 90 Minutes Challenge video I did, and the other half was just playing until I got frustrated. So with that out of the way, we begin the experiment. The second test started out with requesting that Google Gods make me good at Dark Souls. That didn't work out, so I looked up some tips and tricks on Dark Souls 1, and then decided which ones I wanted to utilize first. I knew I couldn't use all of them at the same time, so I picked a good handful, created a secondary character, one that I would use to test out the tips first, before bringing them into the official second test phase. Now, I ended up not actually using the test character at all, because after I did this, I decided to change my idea, and instead went with only using 30 minutes, and creating this as if I was someone who had no time to play. So the first few tips that I did try out were to lock on enemies, use backstabs, master parry, try to attack from above, and rotate around the enemy. This resulted in a massive success, being able to take out the second boss for the first time ever. Though things quickly went south, as they normally do in Dark Souls. So with proof of concept out of the way, the third recording session was set to begin. I decided to forego doing any actual practice sessions, like I stated earlier, and again, do this from the perspective of someone who only has 30 minutes or an hour to play games a day. So with that decided, third recording session began, and we dove into the Dark Souls wiki. The tips I got from the wiki seemed to help a lot. I was able to discover the secret of getting past the bridge and where the road back to the previous bonfire was. Progress has been going far faster than I thought it was, and I couldn't have anticipated this, considering I don't even really like Dark Souls that much. But the game has been growing on me thanks to the tips and tricks. When the fourth recording session was about to begin, I was wondering if I should even bother looking up anything at all. Progress had been beyond what I expected, and I figured the only tips I needed to get to this point was where to go next. So that's what I started with. Then I found out if I had arrows, I could get a new sword. So a new goal was added to this run. That ended up not going so well. This one was probably one of my worst due to arrogance and poor planning. I knew what I needed to do better for the next run though. So with the fourth run awash, I knew what I did wrong, where to do better, and this time I would do my best. I would follow through with the previous plan, but change up how I did it. Instead of going for the bow first, I would go for it after I beat the Taurus demon, and after I activated the shortcut. In terms of how far I've come in this game, for me, so far, I'm very impressed with myself. 32 minutes. I obtained the Drake Sword and killed 3 bosses. With the 6th recording session, I wanted to focus on speed, mastery, taking the tips and tricks I've learned thus far and going further, pushing myself more. I learned you can kill the Drake quicker, and I thought if that was true, I would try to do my best to pull that off, to see how quickly I could kill it. Thus, my new goal was born. And this run went poorly. Murphy's Law was in full effect. Everything that could go wrong, did go wrong. There was a cavalcade of failure. The more I failed, the more disappointed I felt in myself, and the worse I performed. I had to do better for the final run. And so the final run was upon me. I knew what I needed to do. I figured this time around I'd skip the dragon and just try to do my best to get further. I needed to do better this time, so I wasn't going to rush it. That messed me up last run, and I wanted this one to go well. Hopefully, this time my controller wouldn't mess up either. And the 7th run went worse than before. But, to be honest, I wasn't mentally there that day. I had a lot going on, and focusing on the game was not really part of it. The worst part was that none of the footage recorded, and there were just so many other screw-ups. The last 2 runs had been the bane of my existence. It's easy to see Test Run 5 was my best run. I performed the best. I managed to do everything I wanted, and I got a hold of some of the best weaponry in the game in only 30 minutes. I started this experiment to see if I could get good at the game, and honestly, I can say I've improved greatly. I'm still not good, but with only 30 minutes a day in 1 week, I've come fairly far from where I used to be. If I was feeling better mentally, if I wasn't feeling stressed out, if I didn't keep making stupid mistakes and letting myself get bogged down by the timer, I think I could do really well. The next experiment I want to run is to see how far I can get in another week using the best run, run number 5, and keeping up to 30 minutes a day. So, I kind of want to summarize this video by saying you don't need hours and hours in the day to be able to get good at a game, or to be able to enjoy or beat a game. You know, a lot of people only have 30 minutes or an hour a day, and there are some people that just, they think they can't really get into gaming because they only have, they have so little time in the day that they can't game that often. They think that I can't get into it, I can't get good at it, and I just want to show that with the minimum effort, I've been able to improve myself a lot, and I just want to show people that it's not an impossible task. I just want you to see that you shouldn't be afraid of getting into gaming or trying to get good at gaming. If it's something you want to do, then you can. You shouldn't be afraid of playing Dark Souls, thinking that I don't have enough time to be able to sit down and get good at this game in order to beat it. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more I can do to improve the gameplay, but what I wanted to do was just create one character, one style, one bonus, and just see how far I could go in a 30-minute time span. Now, I could probably do better. Like I said, I could do better. There's other things I could do, there's other things that I can add, but I want to try and take this further. I want to take this series further. I want to try and get good at other random things, like fighting games, you know, getting good at Naruto, or getting good at Tekken, or getting good at, like, specifically like getting good at Jin in League of Legends, or becoming the best Soldier 76 in Overwatch. You know, I want to try and make this series of videos where I take something and I try to get good at it. And Dark Souls, I want to come back to this. I want to do more. I think there's more experimentation I can do. I think there's more I can do to get better. And this was only a week. This was only 7... I hit myself in the eye. Oh. This was only 7 attempts with only 30 minutes in a day. If I had hours and I spent hours playing it, how much better could I get? How much time would it actually take to get really good at this game? You know, that's my question. Anyways, if that's something you would like to see, or you're curious about, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you want to see more. Let me know what games I should try to master, what classes I should try to master, what characters I should try to master. Should I try to master becoming a rocket jumper? Should I try to master sniping in TF2? What do you want to see? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you later, navigators. Bye! Also, don't hit yourself in the eye, it hurts. It's bad. Hey, thank you for watching. If you liked this video, leave a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, leave a thumbs down. Either way, tell me in a comment down below. If you have any ideas for games you'd like to see me play on the channel, go ahead and leave that in the comments down below. And subscribe to become a navigator so I can finally know where the hell I'm going.